Hello, brother fans. A.J.T back on the air once again. Like I say, 7 o'clock, so that means that you guys have joined me for the live Q&A. We did one of these a few weeks back. Like I say, man, a lot of Leeds fans come over, and a lot of people enjoyed it. But like I say, I've got a lot of questions on Facebook and on YouTube. But as far as I know, at the minute, as I'm looking at both platforms, the majority are coming in off our YouTube channel. So I'll get straight into them now. And Big Dave has said, and it isn't even addressed to me, this one, it's actually addressed to Foxy. Obviously many of you guys know this one. It says, does Foxy go to many games to form such an opinion? Yes, Foxy does go to many games, and it's Foxy's opinion. So I can't really answer that about his opinion, because it's not my opinion about how many games he goes to. He goes to games, he enjoys, he does love the club. Been supporting Borough for a long, long time. So yeah, Foxy goes to games. Yeah, he does. Fortnite Boy 17 FIFA champ, that's a big name, mate. I mean, that's ridiculous, that. Fortnite Boy 17 FIFA champ. So what are you? I mean, because to be honest, no disrespect, you're either a Fortnite boy or you're either a FIFA champ. So I think what you need to do there is break your name down and just tell us which one you are. But he says anyway, hi A.J.T, hi Fortnite Boy 17 FIFA champ. I'm in the ground on Saturday watching the away game. Can't wait for a steak pie and gravy. And I tell you what, I love a good steak pie, but I like the mince ones a little bit better. I mean, the mince pie and gravy, you can't beat for a big belly like mine. Fantastic it is. Really nice. Big Dave says, apart from Parmos, what's your favourite food? Well, I say, man, a lot of things come into my mind, but one of my favourite foods apart from Parmesan is a lasagna. Yeah, I mean, lasagna and chips, all made. My mum's lasagna, well, lads, my mum's lasagna. Don't worry, I still eat food that my mum prepares. That, with a little bit of chips, not bad. Not bad at all, Big Dave, not bad at all. Thanks for the question. We're getting to another one now. Let me find another one for you guys. Like I say, man, there's quite a few on here. So if you do want to ask me a question, you obviously know how to ask me a question because you're watching us. Daz's football stand says, I mean, these are mostly addressed to Foxy and me, so Foxy should really be next to me, really. He says, I think Foxy goes to games, but he never features on interviews or vlogs. Once again, that's completely up to Foxy whether or not he wants to get an interview or whether he wants to go on the vlog. But most of the time, the guy's had a drink, so he doesn't really want to go on him. That's just his own personal opinion. Someone else said KFC or McDonald's. KFC. Yeah, KFC gravy wins it for me. McDonald's don't do a gravy, but KFC gravy just takes the win in my opinion. Someone else said, I don't like Parmos. Well, I wish I would never ever read that comment out. That's quite offensive, to be honest. Fortnite Boy 17 FIFA champ says again, he says, I prefer Burger King. The chips are proper good. Yeah, man, Burger King chips aren't bad. I don't have Burger King on a weird day, to be honest. Not too bad, but the Bacon and Cheese XL Burger King, if you haven't had it, get on it. A.J.T special there. That's the only one for you. Someone else says, would you work at Tesco's? I'm not going to reveal where to work, man. We don't know who's watching these sort of live streams, do we? Someone else, here we go. Someone else says, A.J.T, you're a hell of a plur. Now, if you don't know well, that's obviously, I know exactly what you mean by that. That's two things who are also on YouTube. They all say, cracking plur. So if you don't know what that is, go and watch their content and then you will see exactly what he meant by that comment there. A.J.T, just out of interest, if Borough didn't exist, who would you support? I'd probably support cricket or something because I couldn't support a different team. I mean, obviously, it's difficult to say because at the minute, obviously, well, I should say for a lifetime, I'm going to be loving the Borough. Do you know what I mean? So even if Borough go bankrupt and Borough out of the club in 10, 25 years to come, I'll go and support wrestling or something because, to be fair, I don't really understand wrestling and I probably won't get too downbeat if I wrestle or lose. So, yeah, be wrestling or something. Someone else. Who will win? Think carefully. Anto Joshua or Conor McGregor? Well, if they're in a boxing ring together, Anthony Joshua will probably beat him. James Spence, A.J.T, you sold my Nana television. I don't remember selling your Nana television, mate. I don't remember ever doing that, so I can't even comment. I don't remember selling your Nana television. A few questions now have come in from Facebook, and someone said, no more Parmos or no more Adama. No more Adama. I can't stop having Parmos, man. I'm just kind of like addicted to them. Yeah. A.J.T from Thomas Judge filled him in. Yes, I did. Yeah, filled him in. Yeah, man. 100%. Someone else says, hang on, let me find another one. Thomas Judge, what do you eat for breakfast, A.J.T? I actually skip breakfast, if the truth be told. I don't actually eat it. Most of the time, if I get up, I'll have toast, but I mean, last time I had toast was years ago. I very rarely ever eat breakfast, Tom. Yeah, very rarely, mate, ever. I think that's it for now, for just on the Facebook questions. Go back up to YouTube a second. Hold on, there's another one coming in here. Try and find another one for you guys. Someone says, how many girlfriends have you had? All right, I don't mind answering that question, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people think, oh, fat boy doesn't have many girlfriends. You're very, very wrong there. I've had a couple, you know, I've had a couple. They haven't always ended the nicest ways, but I've had a few, man. Don't worry, I've had a few. A.J.T can do it. Obviously, I can certainly pull the girls, man. Don't worry about that. Truth be told. Taz's football stand. What are your thoughts on the Millwall game next week? Yeah, tough game. Really, really tough game. Millwall at the minute are unbeaten. So, like I say, it's going to be tough. Obviously, we're hoping that Fulham can put an end to their unbeaten run Friday night. If they don't and they come to Borough still unbeaten, it's going to be one hell of a game. It's going to be very, very tough, but I'm sure the atmosphere is going to be cracking. And overall, I hope Borough win it, because I think if Borough beat Derby this Saturday, if Borough can beat Millwall, Borough pretty much solidified their position in the playoffs. So, yeah, man, I hope that happens. Just find another question for you guys now. Thomas Judge, is it true you were trained to be a priest? No, I can't say I was ever trained to be a priest. Yeah, I can't say I was ever trained to be a priest, mate. Nah. Yeah, because like you say, man, Borough's my religion, so I can't say I was ever trained to be a priest. Nah. You don't skip anywhere, is what Darren Robinson said. But I'm sure he's a bit of an idiot, the truth be told, Darren Robinson. I know who he is, and I can tell you truthfully, and on that, the guy's an idiot. He's got long hair. He's always very, very ginger. He wears tank tops. The guy don't have a fashion sense and he's 40-year-old, so yeah, that's enough for him. We'll move on now to Andrew Hill. Put Harrison in for the next match against Derby County. Do you know what it is? I would love to see Harrison be given a chance. I would love to see Harrison be given a chance, but I don't think he's match fit. Like I say, I would love to see him on, because the Harrison actually was the first time I've seen him was Cardiff away, and he came up for 10 minutes at the end, and he brought a bit of lease to life to the game, to be fair. So yeah, I think Harrison, he definitely deserves a chance, but obviously he has to be fit as well. Richard Jackson says, what's your favourite away day? That's a brilliant question. That one's that question there is a question that I get asked quite a lot this season, especially. There has been a lot of great away days. Preston North End was class, being 2-1 down and coming back winning the game 3-2. Sheffield Wednesday was the same. I've been on a lot of great away days. I mean, the one I've always said and the one I'll always stick to is going to be Preston North End away. 2-1 down. We looked dead and out of the game. I think there was about 35 minutes to go. But even then, Borough fans were writing us off, but Borough came back and won the game 3-2. Cracking away day. Cracking atmosphere as well. Really, really good. Stephen Cramphorn says, what do you think of the railway gates in Redcar? They'll do your boxing as well. All right, mate. Yeah, well, I don't mind them, to be honest. I guess they're just railway gates and they do their job. So I do my job, they do their job, and everyone's happy. Dean Chetwood, big up Dean for joining the stream, by the way. He says, who would you like if we got to the playoff final? Now, this is how I see it. If Derby can get 6th, and Derby can beat the team in 3rd, I'd take Derby in the final, because they're a bit of one of them teams. The team I fear the most is Fulham, so I want them to go up 2nd. But I would probably take Cardiff in the final. Yeah, probably take Cardiff in the final. I'm trying to look for some other questions here on Facebook. Doesn't seem to be any, so we'll go back over to YouTube. But YouTube's actually getting flooded with questions now. So we'll find another one here. Top Fails says, would you let Guesty lick your tash? Yeah, if you wanted to. You know what I mean? I'm sure Guesty would be up for it, so yeah, I'll ask him. Try and get on camera for you. Jamie likes it, says, alright, AJ bro. Hiya, Jamie, man, big up yourself for joining. Josh says, best away fan, in the country. Borough. Borough, the best away fans in the country. Well, that's wherever Borough play away, obviously. Someone else says, Jacob Ross, and it's quite a big one. Jacob Ross says, there you go. Would you rather shave all your hair? Would you rather shave all of your hair and have Borough win the league, or have to wear a Sunderland shirt for all the seasons that they remain in League One? I'd shave all my hair off, mate. Beautiful dog, shave all my hair off. Yeah, good question, but yeah, I would do it. Trying to look for some more now. Some of them have a conversation between themselves. It's a bit difficult. Bradley Foley, you think Borough will finish in the playoffs? Listen, Borough will finish in the playoffs if Borough win the next 2 games, being Derby and Millwall. If we fail to beat Derby and we draw to Millwall and obviously get beat off Ipswich, then no. But I'm confident that Borough can win our next 2 games. Ipswich, I'm a bit iffy about. I think final day of the season, they obviously want to put performance in for their home fans. But I think these next 2 games are massive, so I think if we win them 2, yeah, absolutely. As the football stand says, I think with the way we play against Bristol City, we should roll over Derby. What do you think, A.J.T? We can't roll over anyone in this league. No one in this league, because this league is so unpredictable. It's crazy, man. Do you know what I mean? Seeing Burton win and beat Derby, nobody would have expected it. Sunderland beat Derby 4-1. Again, nobody would have expected it. I mean, Borough drew Burton. Nobody really expected it. You know, this league is crazy, and anyone could beat anyone. So like I say, it's going to be a tough game, Derby County. I do think Borough will win 3-1. That's my own personal opinion on it. But I see this one being a very, very tough game, as the truth be told. Top fails. Would you rather do a duet with Guesty, Yusuf, or Mike Loudon? Who would I rather do a duet with? I mean, listen, man, I've heard Guesty sing. He's got a bit of talent there. Yusuf as well. I've heard Mike Loudon sing as well. You know what, man? I think, you know what I mean, put us all in there. I think us four make a decent band. If I had to sing with anyone, it'd probably be Guesty, though. I mean, Guesty loves a bit of Maroon 5, so I reckon I'd be able to get down with him and karaoke and I can do a song with him while 100%. Next one. Trying to find another one for you guys so I can read it straight out. Fortnite Boy 17 FIFA Champ says, will Borough be at home this time? Will Borough be at home this time this season or away game? I don't really get that question. Will Borough be at home this time this season or away game? Maybe, who knows? It could be away, it could be at home. What is top fails? What is the embarrassing things that happened to you? Oh wow. Okay. Most embarrassing things that have happened to me. Do you know what? Right, there is one, but I can't say it on camera, man. I have to say it off air because it's. I will probably get ripped for shreds in the comment section for it. So I can't tell you the most embarrassing. One of them was one time I went to a pizza shop and I spoke in a different language and she nearly rang the police on me because I refused to pay for my chips. That's just one of them that happened. That wasn't great. That's it, man. I have had a lot of experience. I have had a lot of embarrassing moments. I mean, one of them is bad. It's embarrassing for me. It's funny for others. But I don't think I can tell it on air. The truth, I'd have to tell it off camera, 100%. If any of my family members are watching this, they know exactly which one I mean. But I have to tell you off air because I couldn't put it on here. No way, man. No chance. James Spence. Someone told me you were born in Saudi Arabia. Well, they've obviously lied to you then. I wasn't, man. I was born in Mighty Borough. Who else? Bradley Foley. Hope to see you in the Premier League next season, A.J.T. Well, thank you very much, Bradley. Obviously, I know you're a Huddersfield fan. Hopefully, we get there. I'm confident Borough can get there this season. But it's all about fighting, man, determination and all to get to the Premier League. So, yeah, I'm confident, 100%. Jacob Ross says, out of Guesty, Foxy and Rob, who would be the most clinical striker if playing for a football team? Well, let me run you through this one. Foxy would probably start to the goalkeeper. He probably wouldn't be able to shoot. He wouldn't be able to get over the ball. If the ball came towards him, he'd probably just let it go past him and concentrate on his pecs. Rob would probably be smoking somewhere on the side of the pitch, obviously just laying against corner flag, not really caring too much. And Guesty used to be a striker, to be fair. He hasn't got that much awareness no more. But I reckon Guesty, I reckon Guesty would be the most clinical striker. Who else? Okay, Ronan Mian says, favourite current Borough player? Ben Gibson. He has been for a long, long time. Yeah, man, I love Ben Gibson. He's one of our own at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? He's a Teesside lad. He knows what it means to play for Middlesbrough. And yeah, so Ben Gibson's probably one of my favourite Borough players ever, to be fair. Yeah, I like him a lot. Trying to find another one. Actually, no, I'll go onto Facebook quickly and see if there's any on there for now. Oh yeah, to be fair, there's quite a lot on here. Alan Juliet says, I think that's how you pronounce your name. I apologise, Alan, if I said it wrong. Who has been your favourite player for Borough this season? Do you know what? I like Darren Randolph. I liked him at West Ham and he came into Middlesbrough. And for the price tag that we got him at, I've really enjoyed seeing him play football every single week for us. Yeah, Darren Randolph's been, I think he's been immense. I've also liked to see Ryan Shotton since he come in. I know he had a couple of bad games and he obviously found himself out. Johnny Howson, Besic, you know what? Probably Besic, to be fair. I think since Besic has come in, he's been unbelievable. So yeah, probably more Besic for me. Thomas Judge says, if Leeds asked you to be their guest of honour, would you walk round the Bell End Road before the game? No, is my answer to that one. I wouldn't accept anything from Leeds, even if it was 3 points. Nah, no chance. I don't want anything to do with them, to be honest. Just think of all them £1 coins you can pick up. Yeah, nice one, Tom, mate. Cheers for that. Yeah, like I say, man, I could be a pretty rich man come the end of the day, but nah, I don't ever want to do anything for them. No chance. The only thing I ever want to do is go there, sing me out, see the Borough win, and get home as quick as possible. I do not want to be stuck in Leeds for very long. Darren Robinson. Oh, here he comes again. This Darren Robinson ain't leaving us alone tonight, is he? You know what I mean? It's funny this, isn't it? He says, how long on average does it take you to get out the chair you're sat in? You know what? You know what it is? It's a good job I know this Darren Robinson bloke. It's a good job he's an ugly man as well. It's a good job that he's on steroids, because if I didn't know him, I say, man, a lot of bad things would happen after this live stream. So it's a good job I know him. It's a good job I know him. Liam Poster said, would you start Fabio against Derby? Yes, I would start Fabio. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Friends played well, but can he come in for Ryan Shotton? It's a possibility he could come in for Ryan Shotton. I mean, obviously at this stage of the season, all the players are all pretty tired. I'm sorry, I've just made myself laugh after saying that he's on steroids. It just made me laugh really, really badly. But yeah, Fabio, I think he's in with a chance. I think so. But listen, obviously George Friend, he obviously scored against Bristol City. He can't be dropped, but at the same time, he does look a little bit tired now and then. So I think, if he's looking tired, bring him in. Why not? Stephen Catman says, what do you think of Stuani putting them away in Spain, playing in his natural position? I just lost your comment there, mate. I actually have lost. Oh, well, there. Playing natural position. Would you have liked to see him play a season up top for Borough? I would like to see him play up top for Middlesbrough, because I think at Middlesbrough, he always used to come on and always play on the right hand side. And now that he's in Spain playing natural position, he's scoring. Listen, Stuani a few weeks ago went to the Bernabeu and scored 2 against Real Madrid. With Spanish giants. I think Stuani was a bit unfair here, but when he did score, he always scored important goals. And the one for me that I always remember is one against Sunderland, where he hit it from the edge of the box, went straight in the top corner. And if that hasn't shown your ability, then I don't know what is. Yeah, I do feel sorry for him. I would love to see him back, though. I would love to see him actually have a season up front by himself. I think it would be great. Dean Chetwood says, hi, AJ. How you doing? All right, mate. Name one realistic player you would like Borough to sign in the summer. Do you know what it is? There's so many out there that I look at and I think, there's some talent out there at the minute. Ryan Sessegnon being one of them. Young player, can play left back, can play left mid. I think he can even play striker at times as well. You got Tom Kearney as well. He's also fun, but he's a player that I rate a lot. I say, man, there's a lot of players out there, but realistically, the one that I would love to see come into Middlesbrough would probably be, you know what, it would be Vidra. Vidra for the Premier League. Say if Borough went up. Yeah, let's see Vidra up front now. I think he's a cracking talent, a cracking player. Thomas Judge says, is it true you're going to fight the True Geordie for charity? Hey, listen, man, if I was to fight the True Geordie for charity, I think I would die. That guy's massive compared to me, isn't he? So, don't get me wrong, I would definitely give it a good go. But that's a bit like, me and him in a ring. I don't know, man. I know that guy goes to the gym every day and gets hench, whereas I go to McDonald's every day and eat burgers. So, there's a little bit of difference in there, but I don't know, man. I have to see how it goes. Jared Awal says, if we go up, what kind of realistic players do you think we could bring in? Also, shout out to Jared. I hope you're good, mate. What kind of realistic players do you think we could bring in? Let's say, I think Middlesbrough Middlesbrough definitely need a striker now. I know I may get slated for that, but in my opinion, the three, obviously, Rudiger Stead, Sonbalong and Bamford, they aren't really cut out to be, 20, 25 goals a season Premier League strikers, are they? I think if Borough were to go up, Borough to bring in players that have the experience in the Premier League, and know what it means to stay, obviously know what it means the first season, obviously to stay inside the Premier League. So I think Middlesbrough want to bring in good talent, but I also think experienced talent as well. Not too old, just experienced talent, mate, for me. Alan Juliet, I said her name completely wrong there. Julia Rat says, what has been your favourite goal scorer this season, Borough? What has been your favourite goal scorer? I'm sure you mean goal scored. A goal scorer for this season for Borough. Favourite goal? Johnny Alson's against Preston was pretty sweet when he brought it on his left foot and he bent it straight in the top bin. Yeah, that was a pretty good strike, to be fair. Liam Prosser says, I would say bring in Madison from Norwich. Yeah, another unbelievable talent. Really, really, really good player. A fantastic player. Yeah, really good. Let me have a look now with some more comments I'm trying to find. Kyle Allen says, who would you say has been manager of the season? Well, I suppose you've got to give it to the Wolves manager. You know what I mean? He's smashed this league. As much as maybe I don't agree with what he does, I think he could definitely. I think he's definitely obviously manager of the season in my opinion. I think he's done fantastic for Wolves. 95 points at the minute, killing every single game that they go in. So yeah, I'll probably have to say him to be honest. Go back to YouTube quickly and see if there's any more on there for me to pick from. If you had to choose out of Coleman and Warburton, 2 crap managers in brackets there, to manage Borough, who would you choose? Well, either way, it's not going to be great, is it? You know what I mean? If these both manage poor teams, especially Coleman, who obviously manages Sunderland, I don't want to end up with side by Sunderland are, to be honest with you. I mean, League One, have to shut down half the stadium. Must be embarrassing to be a Sunderland fan. Warburton ain't great, but he did get Burton in the playoffs. So yeah, probably Warburton, to be honest. Thoughts on Aston Villa comes in from Luke Odell. Thoughts on Aston Villa? Doing very, very well this season. Obviously, I know they're only a space in front of Middlesbrough. At home, very, very strong team. It looks like Borough are probably going to get them inside the playoffs. Are they a team I fear? They're not a team I fear. They're a team that I look forward to playing, to be honest. Like I say, but yeah, I think Aston Villa have done well. But obviously, it comes down to whereabouts we are both are now inside the playoffs. Aston Villa have to win at Wembley, or Borough have to win at Wembley. That's as simple as it goes. Would you rather give up a Middlesbrough City or a Palmer? Well, Middlesbrough isn't called Middlesbrough City, actually, mate. Sorry about that. It's called Middlesbrough FC. I'd rather give up on Palmer's than give up on Middlesbrough. Jacob Ross, who's been the most underrated player this season, in your opinion? I think Downing's been underrated, if I'm honest. I think that Downing doesn't get the credit he gets, you know, being the age that he gets. You know what I mean? Obviously, I should say the age that he is. He doesn't have to do as much as what he used to as a kid. But like I say, I think he's underrated. I mean, Johnny Howson's underrated massively. No one really seems to speak about him. So yeah, it would probably be someone like a Johnny Howson type. Yeah, who's very, very underrated, to be honest. Have a look at some more. Who do you hate more, Leeds or Blunderland? Leeds all day long. Let's find some more, man. Trying to find some more, man. I can't really see. Oi, A.J.T from Jonathan Carlin. But we'll try and find one more before we finish up. I'll go over to Facebook and see. Okay, we'll finish on Alan Julia, who says, who do you want to come in sorry, I'll start that one again. He says, who do you want to come in when the season ends and the transfer window opens again? I think Middlesbrough need to go on a little bit of a spree again. I think Borough need to release some of the deadwood that's in our team. I think we need to bring in a new striker. That's if we do go to Premier League. Obviously, if we stay Championship, Patrick Bamford could do the job. For me, I don't think he can do it in the Premier League. That's my own personal opinion. May get shut out, may get not. I think, you know, someone like a more Besic, obviously he's only on loan. I think he has to come in at 100%. I think alongside him, I know there's a lot of great talent in this league. I like to see Tom Kearney come in, Ryan Sessegnon come in. I say Zohore from Cardiff as well. I think he's a fantastic player. Madison from Norwich. So like I say, man, that's just Championship-rated players. If it's worldwide, listen, man, there's a lot of players worldwide that I'd love to see Borough come in, but that's down to the manager at the end of the day. But like I say, we are going to wrap up this Q&A here. I've enjoyed the 25 minutes answering all your questions. Some of them were fantastic, man. Some of them are really, really good. It's great to get to talk to all you guys and answer all your questions. But like I say, I'll see you guys next time. I've been A.J.T. Thanks for coming over. Remember, obviously, remember to go and subscribe and follow all our pages out there: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Up the